Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to make a quick video about the dreaded Gringo pricing. Yeah, so if you're on the expat groups, you've probably seen some different properties listed for rent, and you will commonly see somebody jumping on there and saying, "Wow, this is way too much money. You're paying double, triple what you should be paying." And I just wanted to sort of dispel a couple illusions about why this is. The main reason is because of the cedula. Now, if you have a cedula, that means you have a visa and you're staying in Colombia long term. And if you're here long term, you have access to a regular lease, a 12-month lease for an unfurnished apartment. It's just like America. You got to put up a deposit, have credit, or the person has to trust you, and it's extremely affordable. You're going to pay around 5% of the property's value in rent annually. Now, if you are a tourist and you do not have a cedula, you're going to be faced with renting an apartment on Airbnb or possibly directly through the owner, like on Facebook or Instagram or what have you. Now, the reason the furnished short term rentals are double or even triple what it would cost you unfurnished in Colombia is for a multitude of reasons. One being that you don't have a cedula, as I said. So, what's going to happen is you can only rent it for a few months. They're going to have to turn it over, and there's a lot of costs associated with that. They're also paying your internet, your electricity, your water, any maintenance on the property, and they're pricing it for the market. So you'll see Airbnb properties typically listed around double to 2.5 times what it would rent unfurnished to a Colombian local. Um, and yeah, the problem with this is that people hear it's so affordable to live in Colombia because they're basing their expectations on the local prices that the Colombians are paying. And you do have access to those prices if you eventually get a visa and a cedula, and you can do just like they do and furnish your apartment for a few $1,000, and you can make that money right back the first year you're renting. But if you don't have those things, you're just here for 3 6 months, you're going to be renting on Airbnb, and it's dictated by market demand and yada yada. So it's typically 2 or 2.5 times as much, depending on the location, the amenities, all that good stuff. Just please don't come on here and expect like every apartment's going to be rock bottom price and it's going to be have a view and it's going to be loaded with beautiful furniture and all that good stuff, because it's not. You're going to pay the Airbnb price to get those things if you just want to stroll into Colombia and live a cool life. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of explain that, and shout out to all the people that comment on those properties because I find it hilarious. It's really people that aren't renting their own property, they don't know the market, and they love to shame foreigners for expecting, for paying these crazy high prices, which really to us aren't that crazy. You know, it's the same concept like in Miami Beach. If you rent a property in Miami Beach on Airbnb, you're going to get double or triple the rent you would as if you signed a lease long term and furnished the place yourself and paid all the bills and all that. So, and one final point, there are properties out there that are quote unquote gringo priced. The price is exorbitantly high and it is a scam. You might be paying 4 or 5 times what you should be paying. These properties are usually marketed by a semi scam type agency, marketed overseas, and they're looking for a sucker or somebody who's just not sensitive to price. And those properties are a ripoff. You shouldn't rent those. And when those are called out as gringo pricing, yeah, it's a gringo price. You're just thinking, wow, this is less than what I pay in America, so this is a great deal. But those properties are very rare, and I'd say less than 2% of the listings I see online. The typical listing is only 2x, 2.5x what it would be unfurnished. And, it goes back to how the market works. Like, you're going to pay more short term than you would long term.